everyone, Kristina here. Welcome to day 13 of the holiday card series. Today's card uses a stamp set from Inkblot, and I love a really good punny Christmas card. So this one has a really fun pun in it. I think it's playful, and it doesn't entirely scream Christmas until you read the greeting, which is kind of fun. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get into it. So the stamp set I'm using today is called Seasonings Greetings, and like I said before, it's from Inkblot Shop, and it has a lot of fun different jars and elements you can put on the jars, and then a bunch of greetings that not all of them are holiday, which is kind of fun. So I'm first stamping just one of the jars or one of the bottles and a bunch of the little talk bubble phrases. And I'm stamping those twice so I get a really good impression. I'm using some Ink on 3 Blackout detail ink today, and I thought I'd give this another try. I've used it in a previous video and I liked it, but I did notice that it did smear a little bit with my Copics, and someone mentioned to me, I can't remember who it was, but they said make sure you let this ink dry. So I did set it with my heat tool to try to prevent any of that smearing. However, I did still experience a little bit of smearing. I need to experiment even more by letting it dry even longer. But generally, I'm too impatient and I like to move on with my card. I don't like to have to wait to start coloring. So in that case, maybe the ink pad's a little bit too juicy at the moment. It might just be a little too inky. I'm going to have to experiment some more because the consensus from a lot of different crafters is that they really like this ink and it doesn't smear for them. So probably just me, total user error, right? So I'm coloring with Copics today, and I'm starting out with just some really simple colors. I'm not doing a bunch of shading. I'll do a tiny bit of shading on the bottle, but for the most part, I'm just using flat color. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on some holiday music. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's been a few days since I've included some holiday music in one of my videos. So sit back, enjoy, and I will come back to you after I start cutting all these pieces out.
Christmas lights, see them shine in the eyes of a child. Let them shine. I used to be one of them, Christmas tree in the sand. Let them shine. As I fell for your spell, Christmas bell like a symphony through the air. Christmas flare floats a simple melody. Merry Christmas. Can you feel it? If you feel it, then sing with me. I wish you Merry Christmas. May all your dreams come true. And I hear choir singing, bells ringing by the Christmas tree. And I wonder if you could make my dreams come true and spend it here with me. Angels fly, night sky, magic lights in our heart. Light a spark. Let's bake Christmas cake and ice skate on a frozen lake. Favorite day, be free, just me, like a big family in this time. sit here with
So after all the coloring is complete, it was time to start cutting out all of these pieces. So I'm taking some scissors and I'm fussy cutting around right along the outer outline edge of these stamped images. And just to make it so these look completely finished and to hide any imperfections where I didn't cut all the way to the line, I'm going to take a black brush tip marker. In this case, I'm using a Memento Tuxedo black marker, and I'm painting the edges. If you guys have been watching my videos for a long time, you're familiar with this process. It really just finishes off those fussy cut elements and makes them look a little bit more finished. So my card base today is made out of some Neenah Classic Crest Solar White 110-pound cardstock. And I scored that so that I could see exactly where the dimensions of the front of the card would be, so I could get some spacing right for ink blending. I'm now using some antique linen distress oxide ink and a mini round blending tool from Ranger, and I'm blending out from the center. I want this antique linen color to sort of be glowing behind that seasonings jar, and I want it to just really fade out. So I'm going to place it over top multiple times to make sure I have enough of that color coming out. And then I decided that I wanted to ground it just a little bit. So I'm going to take a strip of Post-it tape. This is of some really low tack tape. And I'm putting that on. I'm going to mask it so that I can have some vintage photo distress oxide ink blending in from that line. And that's going to create a ground line so it looks like this jar is sitting next to a wall or on a table or something like that. I didn't want it to just look like it was floating, although I think you could do that and it would look really, really cool, but I just wanted to give it a little bit of ground. So now I've got that line there, and I can bring my jar back in and get the spacing just right for the actual greeting stamp. So I'm using the Seasonings Greetings stamp, and I've placed that in my MISTI tool, and I'll put that off to the side. And then I just stamped in that same Ink on 3 blackout ink. Then put some foam adhesive behind the jar. And I'm also going to put some foam adhesive behind all of those little greetings. And I'm actually doing 2 layers of foam on the 2 largest greetings so that they can be on top of that jar. So after I had all of those on there, I realized that my whole scene was just slightly up from center. And so I needed to put something at the bottom. You could definitely leave it the way it was, or even just cut it out and mount it on a new card. But I decided to sort of resolve that issue by adding a dash line at the bottom using a T-square ruler and a black pen. And then I added some stripes using a couple of those green COPIC marker colors. This just gives it, to me, it sort of looks like a little bit of like a vintage kitschy look. I think it looks really fun. So overall, this doesn't look like a Christmas card, but it still has a holiday greeting on it. Super fun. That card was a lot of fun to put together. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Before you go, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and share it with a friend. And I've got 2 more videos for you to check out if you're in a video watching mood. I've got the day 13 videos for 2017 and 2016 on screen right now. But if you want to see the videos for 2015 and even farther back, I will have those listed down below in the video description. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on Monday for day 14.